Some people are addicted to being the victim, and you have to just accept that. This is something that I've made peace with, and the sooner you also make peace with it, the better. It will protect your energy, it will protect your time, might even protect your money. It will just save you a lot of trying to save somebody or help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. Have you been in these situations where you are trying so hard to help somebody, to give them advice, to maybe even give them some type of support financially? You give them energy, you give them time, you do everything a friend or a lover or a well-meaning acquaintance is supposed to do, but they just don't want to move forward. And you have to make peace with that, man. Like, look, this person just wants to cry all day. This person just wants to be at the bottom all day. And I understand we love to see the best in people. We want to help people. That's how I am still. But I've toned it down a little because I've made peace with the reality that not everybody wants to elevate, man. For example, let's talk about relationships and dating because I think that's what everybody watching this video can relate to. Not everybody can relate to having a business or running a corporate account, no? Now, have you noticed that there are some people from a romantic relationship standpoint, they are always finding themselves in toxic relationships, and you try your best as a friend, you try your best as a family member, you try your best as an acquaintance or just somebody who's a well-meaning, I don't care, somebody, right? You've given them advice, you've given them resources, you're trying your best to get them to see the other side, and it's like they just want to complain. They just want to stay in that energy of being the victim, of complaining all the time. Oh man, it's just always being the victim, the person who is always at the losing end of stuff. And they might be right. They might even be correct. They might be correct. Like, yeah, legit, this sucks. But what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Like that's I get it. Like we want to complain, we want to let it all out, which is healthy. You want to complain, you want to let it out. But there comes a point where you have to now start thinking of solutions and moving forward. But I had a situation a couple of years back, and this was when I realized that, okay, you know what? Some people just want to be victims. Some people just want to be, have something to complain about. Fair enough. Is when I had this friend who would always complain about certain types of guys, right? These guys are bad. These guys treat me like shit. They don't respect me. But she would do one of two things. She would keep going after those type of guys, or she would stay with those kind of guys that she's complaining about. And I would try my best because I consider like a sister to me, and I would try to help and like, no, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you need to take some time off from dating and just date yourself and don't involve. Advice for years, but she wouldn't listen. And I was like, you know what? Good luck. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna be here to listen to you complain for the 15th time anymore. Go to therapy. I used to try to get her to go to therapy. Doesn't She doesn't want to do therapy, and I think no matter how tough of a decision this is, you probably watching this can relate to this. No matter how tough it is, because it is tough, because you care about them. You just have to distance yourself. You need to wish them well from a distance. Do you know what I mean? Some people are addicted to being the victim. They are. And I've seen guys always leading with money, or implying that they have a lot of money. And then whenever they attract a certain type of woman who only wants them for their money, shocker, they complain. They always like to play the victim as to, oh my goodness, I'm such a nice guy. Every single woman I meet just wants me for my money. And then you ask them, okay, but how are you presenting yourself? And then you find out, his social media profiles is all about him flexing his expensive watch, expensive car, expensive trips. I'm like, that's great that you're doing that. I'm happy for your success, but why are you shocked that you're attracting a certain type of woman? This is what you're leading with. Again, that gets exhausting at some point when you keep repeating yourself to somebody, and you also have to accept the fact that that's just how they are. They want to be victims, man. They want they want the benefits, quote unquote, of whatever they're doing, but they don't want the consequence. Whenever they're faced with the consequences, all of a sudden it's, oh, I'm the victim. I'm the one suffering here. And there comes a point where that's exhausting, man. And we can't keep having that conversation. So if you're in a situation similar to what I've described, and you are dealing with somebody that just wants to be a victim, doesn't want to elevate, and you know in your heart of hearts you've done everything you could, you've extended energy, extended time, maybe even given them money, and you're tired. It's okay to feel tired. When you know your conscience is clear that you've done what you can do, it's okay to walk away. You are not guilty for doing that. I might even add, in extreme cases, that could even be dangerous to you. Oh, yes, that could be very dangerous to you. When you're dealing with somebody who does not want to improve, if you are doing better than they are, in extreme cases, once more, they could see you as a threat and they could harm you. So it's probably in your best interest to walk away as far away from that as possible. Some people are addicted to being a victim, and it's not your job to save everybody. Peace out.